Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Satisfactory with me, DX Phoenix. And well, I've done a little bit of expanding with the foundations. I've also done quite a bit of expanding all around, which we will be getting into very shortly. At least we'll be telling you what I have done. But in the meantime, well, I've got some things we need to do. I've been doing a little bit off camera, which I will be showing you. And in fact, why don't we just get right into that now? Catch you guys in just a moment. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, so what I've done is I've expanded the power system as well. So we've got the two biomass burners on the back of the hub working. I've got these two other burners here working as well. I've also gotten two more, so I've expanded it quite a bit for our power production. This isn't going to be the be-all and end-all of our power production because biomass burners do become a little bit tedious, which brings me to this little contraption over here before I get onto the rest of it. You'll notice this has a storage container here which leads into this constructor, which then leads out into this other storage container. This storage container holds biofuel. So what is actually happening? Well, solid biofuel. This converts biomass into solid biofuel for us automatically. All I need to do is just chuck biomass in this container, which there is none, because it's already constructed it all for us, which is fantastic. It just put a little bit of automation and a little bit less work on my end for the biomass, which is absolutely fantastic. You'll notice I have expanded the whole foundation area out really far. I'll get onto our copper and our concrete in just a moment, but I have linked up, almost fully, completely linked up, the two my god, Mark 1 miners, which we have set out here on these two nodes. These are ready to go. They also have elevation or elevated things of thinginess, conveyors. God, Phoenix, what is up with your brain today? They're ready to go, which we'll get into a part of the construction which we'll be getting into very shortly. Now brings us over to our copper. What I have done, because all of these nodes around here are normal nodes, which means a Mark 1 miner will produce 60 ore. Now all that ore is coming out into this splitter, splitting out into these two smelters. These smelters can only smelt 30 per minute, whereas that can produce 60 per minute. These come out, they come out into more splitters because, well, copper wire can only be produced 15 per minute. We have 60 copper coming out per minute, hence why we now need 4 of those. I have one of these, I have actually all of these leading out into mergers, which are merging in. One goes into a storage container because we do need copper wire for things. And finally, one goes into a constructor, which creates the cable because we always need cable. And last but not least, we have our concrete, which is actually being drawn in by 2 separate locations. Come all the way up, you'll see this is a massive conveyor list, massive amount of conveyors coming in. I've tapped into the limestone node over there as well as this one, so this is pulling in as much concrete as possible, basically at double the rate. We could improve this further if I wanted to, which we may get into because we want to be efficient, don't we? Which now brings us to the next stage of what I need to do, which is, we need to get these running, but before we get these running, I need to think about how we're going to be utilizing them. Which brings me back to our hub. We're not going to look at field research yet, even though the MAM would be helpful and handy, but we don't need the MAM just yet, as well as some more storage. Don't need that just yet. What I do want is a part assembly and logistics too. And I can get both of these now. I have the resources, because this has been running for a little bit. So, you need the space elevator, which we can build as well. But the space elevator requires us to feeding some things. I think it's smart plating? I think. Don't quote me on it. But Let's get this. You, 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 and you. Let's get our part assembly going.
Milestone reached. More complex assembly of parts can now be automated. Project assembly parts can now be constructed and sent up via the space elevator. Note: project parts are too complex to produce by hand.
Alright then. So, we've got less than 6 minutes until that thing's come back so I can get the Logistics Mark II, but that doesn't mean we're stuck. We can, however, I wonder. Here's an idea we can test. Here, let's go to our next milestone. Your logistics. I don't have poles. Why do I not have poles? No matter. I now have poles. Right. You. Right, so Logistics Mark II gives us stackable conveyors. Nice. It's always handy. It means we can put the conveyors on top of each other and not have to worry about it. Or do some weird other random things. Mark II conveyor list just means it's the Mark II conveyors is just purely 120 resources can be done per minute. Mark 1s can currently do 60, so this will be handy later on when we're looking at other nodes. So I can do that if I can't pop you in, but we can at least get started on some things, and I can always pull materials out. So what I am wanting to do is, well, we need to automate the reinforced plates. But if I can just grab one production. We also need these rotors, which I can craft. Right, so before I can make an assembler, I need rotors, which means I'm going to need you. And I might as well have you. Right, so I need 4 of these. Sounds like a pain. You know what? I'm gonna get 4. We're gonna get an assembler so we can get the rotors going. So I can have the rotors automated. Right, how much? I have plenty, means that I can expand this out. That's a lot better. I do not have to worry about walking right up close to that now. Right, so we got you, which will produce 60 ore per minute. 60 ore per minute. Right. 1. Assembler. Right then. So the assembler can make us rotors. Fantastic. Right, 20 rods per minute. 100 screws per minute. Grants us 4 rotors per minute. Okay. Your screw production is 40 per minute. Rod production is 15 per minute. Interesting. Right. I'm going to be back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen, and see if I can crunch some numbers and figure out the best way of automating this so it is efficient. And I'll catch you guys in just a moment. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, so I have an idea and, well, let's get started. So I've linked this up to a splitter. The splitter is going off into these smelters. Right, so what we need to do next is set up some constructors. I need a little bit of a gap between the... construct can go... and there. We need another constructor. It's gonna come out a little bit, isn't it? Right. Let's do this one stage at a time. So iron rods, right. This is gonna be a little bit cramped, isn't it? Right, but let's just focus on this one for now. So my idea is get the smelters, split it in, which is 60 is going to come out, split it into 30 so the smelters can handle it. I'm going to split that into 15 so it can handle the iron rod production. From what I've worked out, I only need 45 iron rods per minute. So I'm going to have 15 iron ingots doing nothing for the time being while this 45 gets produced. I'm going to be turning 25 of them into screws and then the rest will go into the assembler. So I need to get that to work and also look a bit better, I think. Or I have an idea. I'll be back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Okay then, ladies and gentlemen, so that's one. Let's just switch to a splitter. Right then, so if I do you into there, I want you to come into that one, you get over there, and finally you come all the way over here and into that. Right. What I've done currently is get all the iron producing into here. I have one piece of iron rods left over. Let me just out, which will come here, which will be 15. I've done this merger into a splitter so I can have this split off. I need it to make screws, so one more constructor. You there. Right, if I set you to screws, 10 per minute. Right, yeah, I know what I need to do. So, one constructor. There. Next one. Next to it. There. Fantastic. You come out. Out here. It'll be the rods. Oh, this is a lot of work just for one component. But it will be worth it. Oh, let me get off. You. Where that's gone now. Ew. Right, so now I need the assembler. Fact, assembler. There? Maybe? No, we'll have a point in. Bye. Or do that. Let's combine these first. Let's get the merger on this. Or do something slightly silly. Right, now let's try and get the assembler out. Wasn't 100%. Again, no, having it flush against there doesn't work, so there. Yes, that does. Not doing that. There. You pop round into there. That'll be screws. Finally, that one. Now. There. I admit it doesn't look fantastic, but we're about to see if this works. I am, just to preempt, going to have a look at our power usage. We produce 100. We use max 84. We're going to need some more power. I'm going to grab all the fuel, I think, apart from that little bit. We got 101 in, so. Let's do that. Right. And then what I need to do is you down to then I can bring you over into the middle. Down to there, split off in that direction. Put you anywhere? Nope. There. Down. Now, can you go this? Yes, you can go there. I will bring you down to here. You to that. You go to that, you to that. You go to that one. That one. You can go to that one. Put it off there and there. And then you can go to there. Right, you are iron. So are you. You're going to be rods. Your rods. You rods. They're all rods, they're all set up. Fantastic. Your screws would already be not your screws now. And finally what I want is you to be rotors. Right, so that's working. We've now got rods going in. That should go in here. Fantastic. Rods going in, splitting. So this 45 will be split in 15-15. These will only accept 10, so that'll back off. And the other 10 that'll be extra from 5 each of these will then start going down there. ET screws. I know this can accept 100. All that back stuff should work in our favour because this should be able to alternate the back stuffing and keep it going. I want to see the first rod. First rotor. Fully constructed. There we go. Organization, storage. There we go. I can already see some of the screws backstuffing a little bit. Which I'm hoping will soon translate into these coming down a bit quicker. Who knows? Unless I get a third constructor, which I can't do just yet, because you can do something with them, but that'll be for a different time. But I can do now, I believe. Well, I could. Right. And I make that on me quickly just to get the logistics too. I probably can, and I'm going to be back in just a moment. Just make my logistics 2 hand-ins, and hopefully we'll be able to go from there. So back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, so let's hand this in. I've now got the reinforced iron plates needed. Mark 2.
Milestone reached. Improved versions of conveyor belts and conveyor lifts are now accessible. To encourage additional verticality, conveyor poles now have a stackable variant.
Right, I want to just quickly have a look at these stackable poles. That's cool. Okay, that can work. Right, so we have rotors now. We have a few of them. I want one more rotor to come out. Come on, give me the rotor. Come on. There we go. Right, so the next thing for me I need to work on is... Now we've done that, is automating the iron plates. Or the reinforced iron plates. So that'll be the next task. Wondering... That'll be the next thing, is the reinforced iron plates. We now have rotors. That's something. We can assemble rotors now. We now need to assemble plates. And then after plates, we're going to need to assemble something else. Oh, it gets complicated, ladies and gentlemen. It really does. But I do remember something over here about... Something over here needing something? Let's go check this out quickly before anything else. Was it you who needed it? You need 21 rotors. For the emergency door. That, we could do that. I think if I let this run for a little bit, start the next episode, ladies and gentlemen, we can get that open. That to me sounds like a plan. We now have that. I'm waiting for the drop pod to return. I'm just going to expand this out a little bit to there. I'll just grab some more foundation, more concrete, and do that in a bit. My only thing now is I'm not massively needing these two as of yet. May need this shop and sink. The awesome shop and sink at some point. But I'm thinking field research. And I have none of everything on me apart from the screws. Which I do have loads. And if needed, ladies and gentlemen, I could use those screws to help supplement the other that's not being used. But for now, I have to wait for that to come back, which is a minute and a half. Not too bad. I'm going to keep an eye on this. Okay, one more rotor. Then I can get another 2 of these. There's. Right, so I know this can produce 3 rotors per minute at the moment because it's only getting 80 screws. But I'm just wanting to... Nope. A minute. I do like the inside of the hub space. Right, so I'm going to come over here and grab some concrete. Like a fair bit of concrete. Right then. How much longer until that is back? 15 seconds. In fact, it's already back. Which means fantastic for me. I can start work again. So then. Back.
Milestone reached. The molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, will allow R&D to provide new technologies, items, and buildings based on samples collected in the field.
Thank you, Ada.
To ensure a greater chance of success during exploration, an upgraded tool belt has been provided, as well as an object scanner and beacons. Note: the object scanner requires calibration via the MAM to enable detection of specific objects.
I'm just going to chuck food on that. I can now switch between things on my person. Fantastic. Production, no. Special. The MAM is a special item. I need cables for it. No problem, just run over to this. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting somewhere. So we've got the MAM. I'll grab a bunch of cables. I don't need them. We always need cables. So then, we've done rotors. That is one thing off my task list. MAM. Reinforced iron plates. See why we're needing it. So before we can look at the man, we're going to need reinforced iron plates, and I want to automate that before getting into anything else, which means I do need to work on this other assembler to construct the plates for us. That is not that big of a deal. In fact, let me just pop a assembler down. You need reinforced plates as well. Then, no worries, we will just construct some. Need more plates. Yep. Gotta be because I don't have enough of those in my inventory. Yeah. Right, I only need 8 of these plates. And construct rotors, but rotors isn't the thing we need to construct. We'll do 12. Fine. What do I get for not paying attention? Right, assembler. Oh, we're back already. We do know tier 1 is now complete. We're now in tier 2. Solely. There's something to work on. Alright. And then we want reinforced plates, which is 6 plates and 12 screws. That's not that big a problem. Full automation, 60. Got it. I need 30 plates. 30 plates, 30 plates, 30 plates. You produce 20 plates. Oh boy, this has just got a whole lot more fun. What I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we know how to automate all of this now. I'm going to get all of this set up between episodes, so we've got plates and rotors working at the same time. Yeah, plates and rotors working at the same time, and that will then go into and construct us the. I go here. I will then need to go on and construct smart plating. When you do that, you produce 5. It means I'll have 1 left over because you produce 4, and you is 1 for 1. That is fantastic. And in fact, it's not just 1 for 1, you use 2 per minute, meaning I get a rotor left over as well. The modular flames just needs iron and rods. We do not need the modular frame just yet. We're needing the smart plating, so we've done the rotors. The plan is for rotors now we get the smart plating next episode, because I'm going to get the reinforced plates up and running between episodes. So ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you guys next time. I hope you've enjoyed the episode, and I hope it's helped you into knowing a little bit more about Satisfactory and how everything works. This is slowly becoming a mess, but this needs to start going upwards as well. I think this needs to start going up, but in order to do that properly, I think I need some other bits, and I do not have them. I have walls, I've got ramps, but they're not. I don't want them as the only way to get up and down. I think I just have ladders. Anyway, questions for later. Take care, everyone, and I will see you next time. If anything you want to. If there's any tips you've got for me on anything, please let me know. Other than that, take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.